Guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to look at axis of symmetry and vertex again without graphing. So how can you take your equation and just find the axis of symmetry? Let's jump right in. And today we are solving for the axis of symmetry without graphing, solving for the vertex without graphing. So if I have, and that does look kind of weird, but example 1 is y equals x squared plus 8x plus 15. So I am going to take this equation and right now I'm finding axis of symmetry. So here are your steps. Label A, B, and C, utilize the formula, solve. So I have A, B, and C. A is 1, B is 8, C is 15. I think some of you are still getting confused with A, B, and C as far as I noticed some people want to put x squared for A. It's just the coefficient, just the number. So whatever's in front of the variable. So this formula that I'm going to give you is actually on your star chart. So it's not one that you have to memorize. It's like all the way at the bottom on your star chart. And it says x equals negative b divided by 2a. Remember, axis of symmetry is a line that is x equals, okay? So really, I just need b and a, so I don't care about c for this. I did care about c for factoring, but for this, I don't. And later on, when we get into the quadratic equation, you will actually use c, but for right now, we don't need it. So b8 is gonna go in for b, 1 is gonna go in for a. So I'm gonna set up my parentheses. I think some of you are really still confused with that also. Notice that negative b, I put the negative outside of the parentheses. I didn't put parentheses negative. So let's go ahead and plug in 8 on top, 1 on bottom. Then we're just gonna solve. So 2 times 1 is 2. That negative, remember, if I don't see anything, it's a 1. So negative 1 times 8 is just negative 8. Negative 8 divided by positive 2 is negative 4. And that is it. So our axis of symmetry goes through x equals negative 4. So essentially, if I did want to graph from this way, I could just draw a little dotted line at x equals negative 4. And then I just have to find my vertex. And then I could just figure out if it's facing up or down. If A is positive, the graph is facing up. If A is negative, the graph is facing down, okay? So now we're gonna find our vertex. Same problem, just we're doing the second half. We're finding our vertex. So here are your steps. Replace x's with your AOS, so your axis of symmetry. Remember, the axis of symmetry is your x value in your vertex. So I can plug it into this equation, x squared plus 8x plus 15, solve it and get the y value. Once we plug it in, we're gonna use PEMDAS and we're gonna write the value as a point. So I've got my y equals x squared plus 8x plus 15. I've got x equals negative 4. I'm gonna put some parentheses wherever there's an x, and don't get confused. That is not parentheses times 2, that is x squared. That exponent looks a little weird. So I'm plugging in negative 4 for both. And that negative is in the parentheses. So I get 16 minus 32 plus 15. And I get negative 1. So my answer for my vertex is actually negative 4 and negative 1. And I could put that point on a graph. So negative 4, negative 1, and then facing up, I could just draw my parabola, a sketch. So let's do another problem. This is actually example 2. So 3x squared minus 12x plus 5. Again, label A, B, and C, utilize your formula, solve, and this is for axis of symmetry. I've got A, B, and C. A is 3, B is negative 12, C is 5. And again, your formula that's on your formula chart, negative b over 2a. I don't care about that 5. I want that negative 12 to go in place of b, and I want that 3 to go in place of a. So I put some parentheses. plug in my number. So negative 12, 2 times 3 on bottom. So negative 1 times negative 12 is positive 12. 2 times 3 is 6, so 12 divided by 6 would be 2. And that is it for the axis of symmetry. Next, we're going to go in and solve for our vertex quickly. So same steps. Replace x with AOS. PEMDAS, write the point. So x squared minus 12x plus 5, where x is 2. So I'm replacing everything that has an x with a 2. Oh, I forgot the 3 on the top. Oh, I'm sorry about that, but I didn't forget it on the bottom. So 3 parentheses squared minus 12 parentheses plus 5. Put in 2's, solve. So 3, remember, you do exponents first and then multiply. So 2 squared would be 4, then times 3. Negative 12 times 2 is 24, and 5 just is 5. So 12 minus 24 plus 5 would give you -7. So our answer is 2, -7. And that's it. If you still need help, feel free to jump on Zoom or email me any questions you have or rewatch this video.